Okay, people, so I want to show you a little trick. It's probably a little annoying that you can't see the seat of your joist. You have to keep clicking on it. So here's a little trick for you, a Revit tip. Because these are detail items, here's what we can do. I can click on this one, hold down Control, click on the bond beam unit, and look up here. I get an option to do what? Send to back. And when I send to back, I should be able to see that. Whoops. And this one, let me try one more time. Send backward. And then if I click on this, I should be able to, well, I can't bring that to front because it's not a detail item. For some reason, this one isn't going back. Let me pause. So the problem I'm having, people, is that this joist is too far back in depth based on where I have my section cut on the ground floor, right? So you can see where it's at B1, and then I have my call out, so I'm not able to send this to the back in this video, but normally we're able to do that, and we'll work on that a little more later. Anyway, I want to come back for a moment. I'm going to delete this joist, and I'm going to do something at the first floor level. Although it's not going to work perfectly right now, we're going to build what's called a beam system. Okay, a beam system is a way structurally in Revit that I can construct and show all of the joist I need, okay, at that level. So I'm going to click on this, save my project, and for right now, I'm going to look, right? Look at my conditions. When I put elevation from level, I'm at the first floor. Remember, I want to put in what? 2.5, right? Now the layout rule, I can either have a fixed distance, a fixed number, or maximum spacing. I'm going to tell you right now that we're going to have a spacing of 2 feet on our joist, right? So maximum spacing in this instance right now, actually, you know what? We'll go to 3 feet for right now. And then we'll check our span tables as we get further into the project. I'm using the K joist, the 24K5. Now that all that information is in, I'm going to come up here and grab the rectangle feature. And I'm going to go up here where this is, and I'm going to snap from here. And I am going to pull this all the way down. And I'm going to snap at that point right there for right now. And then I'm going to hit the finish edit mode. It tagged all of them for me. And now when I go back to my section view, let's see if we got it right. Right? Section 1. In section 1, there are my joists. And in my call out view, notice I still can't get that to show up, right? Even if I send this to the back. Now, there is something else we could do in this instance, right? We could delete that unit, but we don't want to do that. What we're going to end up doing in this view at some point is drawing in some detail lines that show in front of that, okay? We're not doing it now, but we will get to that point at some point. Now that we have that beam system in on the level, let's look at some of the problems with it. Notice this is going to be my elevator shaft. Obviously, I can't have joists in the beam systems that are going across there. I'm going to go down to my detail level. I'm going to change it to fine, and then I'm going to pull that and make that what? Wireframe. And what I'm going to do is click on that. I'm going to unpin it, and then I am going to pull this from here to the edge of the shaft right there. I'm also going to do that here. I have to click, unpin this, and then pull this over. Then once I'm here, I can repin and repin. Once I repin, though, what happens? They realign. So I'm going to undo that. I wanted you to see that. This is a loose one that I can move now, but it is still, if I hover, tab, 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 there is my beam system. You see, it's still a part of the beam system, even though it's unpinned. There are going to be several areas. Now, Granted, in these areas, these joists will run across, but here's another area. This is my stairwell. Obviously, these cannot do what? They can't run through my stairwell like that. My stairwell has to be a continuous shaft all the way up. So in these instances, you are going to have to do what? You are going to have to unpin and unpin and unpin and so on and so on and so on. It can be tedious, right? But if we want to model this, we have to get this part of it right. Now, you're saying, well, what's going to support the floor in those areas? We're going to get to that another day, people. And I'm not going to do all these in the video because you get the idea. But you're going to have to clear all of these from your what? From your elevator shaft and your stairwell shaft, okay? So I'll go ahead and stop the video now, and that's going to be the last one for today, but we're working on getting our beam system correct so then we can copy it floor to floor. Remember, in our stairwells, what we'll learn is that we are going to have the floors or our landings are going to be supported by the steel of the stair assembly, okay? And I'll go ahead and stop.